My name's Wayne Eldridge. I'm the Chief Executive of a very small UK charity called OneLife UK. Our mission statement is to ensure the successful transition of young people to adulthood. How we do that is engage the whole community with involved with it. We've never had no government funding. We've been running since 2006, and we've actually got 19 self-funded academies running right across London. What we do is we go into each deprived area mainly, and we teach the young people DJing, music production, movie making and general media skills as a kind of carrot to get them mixing and talking to each other. We then take the same young people that have all got problems mostly and take them into a classroom situation with the elder people on the estate. With the elder people on the estate, then there's kind of a massive divide between young and old right across London and right across the country. So we promote cohesion between young and old. So when you've got Johnny teaching Vera how to buy a air-sprung mattress online, or even go to do shopping online from Asda's where it's cold outside and she can't get in, she now knows that when she walks through the estate, Johnny is cold because he's got a hood on. Now, I'm here today to tell you about how we can immediately save you 50% on your existing business rates on your empty properties and turn the other 50% into a charitable donation, which will then go back into the communities where your properties are held. What we do, I like to call it Tourette syndrome, like Tourette syndrome, because everywhere I look at the moment, I see Tourette signs everywhere. There's communities that are on their backs when it comes to any sort of community facilities where we're in recession and the first thing that gets cut is the children going dancing, the children doing something else, or even down to the old people getting their lunch clubs and things like that. It's all being cut back. Now, how we can go into these empty properties is, for instance, we've done a pilot scheme in Acton. It was a 25,000 square foot warehouse, brand spanking new, never been used. We went in there and we took a special needs school from Acton in there for 3 months. So it was 22 children, all with Asperger's and ADHD that are very, very excitable, shall we say. And we'd done a 3-month movie project within the warehouse. So the same as Rosemary was saying that it was utilised for filming, we'd done exactly the same thing, but with children that wouldn't generally get to see what a proper working film set would be like. So we rolled in lights, cameras, they wrote the scripts, they was the actors, they was the directors. Now all of these kids have got problems. They made a fantastic movie out of it, and we spent 3 months in a warehouse. It was great. We've done other pilot schemes as well. We took on a 160,000 square foot place in Dartford. The Metropolitan Police actually come in and helped us with this one. The Barry Bishop from the Safer Neighbourhoods Unit has actually really come on board with us now. So we got given this massive space, and it was like an airport. And when we just looked at it, it was like, what do we do here? But again, we went with the police and we went back into local communities and we went to the places where the young people are hanging out, and we asked them, what would you like to do? What would get you guys off the street? What's getting you in trouble? And a lot of these children said that the police have, and lots of local authorities are feeling their collars for silly things like places to be able to roller skate, places to be able to ride their BMXs, places to be able to stand there and play their music and learn to practice their dancing, and they get in trouble because it's in public places. So again, we used it for 3 months. We put roller skating classes in and run roller discos. We also done a boot sale in there to generate money to be able to pay for these children to do their activities. So then from that, we've gone in and we've gone into certain shopping centres now. So we've done a pilot day at Surrey Quays Shopping Centre, and it just shows that it's a deprived area, and it just shows from the one pilot day of us saying that we'd like to go into a vacant shop in there to open up a classroom, that we actually got 252 elder people wanted IT lessons from the local young people. So it does show that in every community there is such a need for this, and by using us and yourselves, you're all saving money, you're all ticking your CSRs majorly, and regenerating your local communities as well. That's about it, really. Is there anyone got any questions for me?
Yeah, actually, I've got one. This is not.
Oh, thanks.
This is not a plant. It looks like that. So what happens afterwards? You do a temporary project, 3 months. Then what happens? Because the kids are on the streets again, the elderly people go back to their loans.
We go in on a 3-month rolling contract, so that's how it starts. If the property stays vacant afterwards, we can continue going on a rolling contract. So we can do the same thing. We can come out in 3 weeks. Now, like I said before, it's to let city out there at the moment. There is so many buildings everywhere. You've only got to walk down the road. Like the night before last, I went through Canary Wharf, which you would think is the most affluent area in London, and you go through there and every office block is empty. There's so many spaces that we can go into, and it doesn't really matter what size they are. We can go from a very small shop that can sit 15 elder people in to learn IT to the biggest warehouses possible that you could give us. There's so many different things that we can do. The idea is, as well, of our projects is we'd like to roll it out across the UK. So say, for instance, in Birmingham, somebody would like us to go into a warehouse. Well, in Birmingham, there's lots and lots of other community groups that are suffering from the money that we take as a donation from you guys and saving you the 50%. That money will go straight into paying for all of these community projects. So nobody will reap the benefits except for that local community. Anybody else?
So you're a charity,
yes? Yes.
All right. So you're not paying any rates?
We get 80% immediately on the business rates as soon as we take tenancy.
So the benefit to the owner of the building is just altruistic?
Altruistic, but it's also saving you money. Straight away, you save 50% on your business rates that you're paying anyway for an empty building. Again, the building's safe and it's being used, and the light that gets shined onto you is a great light. We get an awful lot of press for the things that we do. As well as that, the community like to take an ownership of the building then as well, so they, instead of walking past where you could get the local kids that walk past and think, right, I'm going to throw a brick through that window, instead they think, well, no, because I go and learn DJing there, I don't want to throw a brick through that window no more. I don't want to go and nick the copper from the roof or anything else like that. So it's a case of giving these buildings back to the community, even for a short period of time.
So if the owner of the building finds a client while you're there?
We would then move out. Same again, we can do it on a 3-week turnaround. Same as inside of the buildings, it is all purely cosmetic. We need running water and a bit of electricity. The rest of it, we've got some great sponsors that do some really, really high-profile events. So we've had a state-of-the-art classroom made for us that's completely pop-up. So we can roll into anywhere, even if it's like we've done a project in a VW garage at Heathrow. The only livable or workable space was the actual car showroom, one of the back offices, and was the workshop. It was filled with about knee-deep of pigeon stuff, and we cleared the pigeons out eventually, and then what we've done, because it was a fully working garage, we got the local police involved, and we got young kids that was nicking cars to come in and use this fully working garage. Okay, we had to deal with the pigeons first, but then even the spaces that couldn't work were used.
Excellent.
Thank you.